Speak up, please.
I'm sorry, I'm losing my voice. I have a quick question with keeping with the job status in America now. How do you feel, if you have any opinion on a hub that's coming into Lambert with foreign trade, and what's that doing to the jobs to that specific community?
I think the question was about the possibility of a China hub at Lambert Airport. Lambert Airport today is one of our state's big embarrassments. Many of you in here remember when you used to go to Lambert and you had 2/3 more traffic than they have now. When it was TWA's hub, then it was TWA went out and was acquired by American. It was American's hub. You had a huge bustling engine of commerce in Lambert Airport. When American, after 9/11, lost $1 billion a year for 8 or 9 years in a row, they had to drop the hub. And we are way down in traffic. And and I'm talking passenger traffic. One of the promising ideas to begin to turn Lambert around and make it an economic engine that we can be proud of in this state again is the China hub idea. Now, the China hub idea centers not on passenger traffic, but on cargo traffic. The Chinese are making enormous investments in increasing trade with this country. They are, for instance, they're going to do business with some Midwestern airport. If it isn't St. Louis, it will be Indianapolis, it'll be Cincinnati, it could be O'Hare and Chicago. We don't want it to be there. We want the commerce here. We're located in the center of the country, as the Chinese have come to understand it. We're in the center of the center. And we have great highway and rail access. And we want those planes, the idea of the China Hub Initiative, which is also dubbed Aerotropolis legislation, is that you would incentivize the investment of freight forwarders who would be bringing not only loaded planes from China to land in Missouri, but also on the backhaul, loaded planes from Missouri with American products back to China. To give you one example, our pork producers in Missouri say there's 1.3 billion of those Chinese. We want each one of them to eat one pork chop. And we can sell them a lot more soybeans and a lot more corn, and they need our health care technology. And when I went to China 5 years ago, I was told that half the population drinks dirty water every day. They need our water treatment engineers and equipment, and they need everything. And the poor people come up to you when you're at a meeting in China and say, please come here and invest, because you have 200 million people in China who are moving into something like the middle class, and 1.1 billion Chinese living at the level of Nigeria, many of them in absolute poverty. So this is an enormously promising proposal. The legislature has not been able to write it in a way that can command majority support in both the House and Senate. It's basically on life support now, and I'm hopeful that something can be worked out where the protections that Mr. Matheny mentioned are in there, and we can still move forward on a great opportunity. Because even though it is cargo, the economic studies show that the passenger, if you got the cargo up and running, the passenger traffic would follow. And it would be the best shot in the arm that we could ever have to Lambert, to bringing it back to where it needs to be, to an airport we can be proud of for our state.